And as the vessel was moving towards its destination to Greenland, a German torpedo hit the engine room, killing many, injuring many, and barricading many in the bottom of the deck. Now on this ship, and this is why we're all here, there were 4 chaplains of 3 different faiths. We had Chaplain George Fox, who was Methodist, Chaplain Alexander Good, who was Jewish, Chaplain Clark Poland, who was a Dutch Reform, and Chaplain John Washington, who was Roman Catholic. Now these 4 chaplains were instrumental in comforting and inspiring and motivating, uplifting these other men. When we are the true followers of faith, there should be a difference in the way that we move, a difference in the way that we talk. I shouldn't have to keep telling people where I went to school. I shouldn't have to keep telling people what church I served in. It should be a difference in my being, a difference in my living, a difference in the thinking that we do, and a difference in our doing. And our hearts should fill with love and with care. So, and we're told those of us who read the Bible, we're told that we should love one another. And when you love one another, there are things that you're going to do that you do not believe. There are sacrifices that you're going to make that you cannot believe that you're going to make. When you love, and you know what? It's going to be unconscious. You're not even going to realize that you're doing, because the love that you have is so deep and real inside of you, you're going to be able to do it. And when we love each other, and we love one another, we show ourselves to be a devoted friend. We show ourselves to be friendly. To have a friend, you have to show yourself friendly. Yeah, that's what we do. We don't use each other to shine. We don't put each other down. We don't talk ill of each other. That's not our conversation. That's not the conversation we have. We don't dim each other's light so that our light could be dim. We don't try to make anyone look dumb. We don't dumb them down, because when you dumb people down, you look dumb. Believe it or not, don't shoot the messenger, as he likes to say. We do not treat people as if they're unworthy. We don't do that. We do not treat people in a way to say that I am better than you. We don't use that type of attitude. We don't use that demeanor. People of faith do not do that. Instead, we put our needs, our wants, our desires aside. We put them aside and we help others. We help them get ahead. We help them overcome obstacles. And when others are hungry, what do we do? What do we do? Most of us feed them. Most of us feed them. When they have nowhere to lay their heads, most of us go out our way to find them shelter. Most of us, when they're cold, I carry blankets in my car. So when I see the homeless, I can give them a blanket. I'm gonna go to my office and put some more blankets in my car. So when they're cold, the love and care that we have, we get them warm clothes, we get them warm blankets. And what we don't do is brag as if we are the ones that are making provisions. Because the provisions are not coming from us. We are just vessels.
Amen.
We're being used. Like the 4 chaplains were being used that day. We're being used. Now see, because of their faith-based relationship, the 4 chaplains had this relationship with the Father, okay? May have been different religions, but they all had that relationship some way with the Father. They were able to offer their best. And not only their best, they were ultimately able to offer their lives. Only because of the relationship that they had with the Father. Okay? Greater love, and we talk about love. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. Now I know a lot of us sitting here today would have said, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing, but I just want a picture right quick. Let us picture. You on this ship, the water's coming in rapidly. It's just rolling. I mean, let me just put some rain in it too. It's raining. And the water's coming, the ship is going down, and you can feel it. You can feel it. The captain told you all to wear your vest. He said, everybody keep your vest on. But some people decided not to wear their vest. But you have your vest cruise ship going down, you see that people are jumping off the ship, you see the rafts are going out and everything, and you would tell yourself right now, I'll take my best off. I'll let somebody else go. I'll let him go. But honestly, you know that you're going to be like this. Gonna pray for him, little oil on the head, and you off. Okay? But when you have that strong faith, when you believe in what you're teaching, when you believe in the way that you're living, it's not going to be that easy. I don't care what you say or what you think. It will not be that easy to turn away. And it was not for the 4 chaplains. So they weren't obsessed with getting their own advantage. They weren't obsessed with how they're going to get away. Because it's easy to say, okay, I'm going to talk to them a little bit, I'm going to pray with them, and I'm going to sing with them, and then I'm jumping ship. It's easy to do that. But at that moment, they didn't ask. They didn't ask why. They didn't ask why me. They didn't say, why do I have to make this decision whether or not I'm going to live or I'm going to die in order to let someone else live? They didn't do that. They knew help wasn't coming. Help couldn't come because of security. They couldn't call anyone. So they knew that they were on their own. Now, and granted, they were not the only ones doing heroic things. But we'll get into that a little bit later. They weren't the only ones, though. But what they did do, they helped the other men don the spare vest that they did have. They helped them get into the boat rafts and the lifeboats and all that. They helped them get away. They helped them. And I can just imagine them urging the men, because they're afraid. I'm pretty sure they were afraid to stay on the boat, afraid to get off the boat. And I can see them saying, listen, this is your opportunity. You have another opportunity to get closer to God. You have another opportunity to be with your family. I need you to go ahead and act like you have the will to live and get right with God and go ahead and move out expeditiously. I can just see them encouraging the men to move on. But the question that I also hear is, why not me? I can hear the 4 chaplains asking themselves, why not me? Why not me? Why not I be the example of the faith-driven friend? I am one of 4 who have been chosen to teach and preach others about our Father, the one that sits high and looks low and sees everything. I can hear them saying, why not me? Why not I be the example of, I know he'll be with me to the end? Why not stand here and practice what we've been preaching? Why not show them that the faith that we ask them to receive, we do have it? Why not? Because as we obey the command of God, he no longer sees us as servants. He sees us as a friend. So why not I be the one to show him that it's okay to go be with our friend? He's waiting for us. See, they decided. Now, a lot of us like to talk. A lot of us like to be the one to tell the story. But the 4 chaplains decided that they did not have to be the one to tell the story. They did not have to be the one to tell about the men of God who stood on the word of God. It was okay for someone else to tell their story. In this case, Sergeant Michael Morris told the story. And now it's okay for the remaining of us to continue to tell the story. As a matter of fact, it is our duty to not let this story die. It is our duty to tell this story and be happy when we tell it, to rejoice when we tell it. Even though the 4 chaplains weren't the only one doing heroic things about that up there that evening, it is still our duty to let people know the significance in what they did. See, the significance in what they did, a lot of people think it's them giving up their lives. That is not the significance in what they did. The significance is not the sacrifice alone, because many made sacrifices. Many did. But the significance was these 4 young men representing these 3 great friends of the American people. Letting their faith drive their decision. Letting their faith say, hey, you take this. We're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You keep moving. you keep doing what you got to do. Isn't that what we did when we went out on the battlefield? Some of you went further than I did. I stayed back, but I still trained, you know. But that's what we did. We made it up in our heads that, okay, I have to go. And so at some point, I have to be fine with that. I wasn't fine with it when they said that you're on orders. When they said that I was going to Saudi Arabia, I cried like a baby. I was 18, I had just turned 18. My mama got rid of me at 17. She was like, you sit up. And so I cried hard. I didn't care who saw me. I was like the weakest soldier ever. But I was hard now. Y'all seen those people that's really hard, but they soft. They cried and drop up and dying. That was me. And so I cried. I didn't care. I walked around dressed out. So what's wrong with you? I ain't come in for this. I came to go to college. I came to get that money. You know? And then that's when they reminded me that, no, you're first a soldier. Matter of fact, you're a grunt. First of all, then you're supply. You know? And so, once I made up my mind that that is who I am now, I had to make up my mind to go and represent the United States of America. And that is what we all have done. That's what you've done. You that went and fought in the Vietnam War, that's what you did, who actually went into the battlefields. That's what you did. You made that sacrifice. You said, why not me? I don't care how it got you there, how you got to that point. You said, why not me? And it's important that we tell your story as well. It's important that people know what we're doing here as the American Legion members. Because we all said, why not me? We all did something that was selfless. I can see in my mind's eye on that ship, standing there with those men, the 4 chaplains, you know, they're telling them, listen, we got many mansions. When we want this many mansions for you. They're ready. They've been prepared. All you got to go in there to do is choose one. It's coming. You know, just calming them, letting them know everything's going to be okay. We're going to the post that we've been praying about, the post that we've been believing for. We're getting ready to go there. And everything's going to be fine. Because there is nothing else for them to tell them except that the faith that you have, you're about to see that is real. That's all that was left. And to let them know that being absent from your body is to be present with God. The person that we all want to see one day. That's it. That's it. So I can imagine. Now, they weren't just praying. They were singing. And listen, I'm telling you, I know the song they sung. They sung, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Come on, now. Oh, I want to be in the number. When the saints go marching in. Y'all know that's the song they were singing. What else they gonna sing? That's the song that they were singing. So now, like I said, they went down. We are here to tell the story. And I just want y'all to do this for me. No matter what challenge arises, no matter what comes our way, we all must remember to ask ourselves that question, why not me? Y'all say it. Why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me? My grandmother used to ask us that question. This is my cousin, who's also an auxiliary member. And I wanted her to sit with me because it gives me strength, because my grandmother would always ask us, who you think you are? Who do you think you are that you can't do this? Why not you? That's the question you need to be asking. And I couldn't understand it, you know. I'm like, because I don't want it, you know. We spoil, we get our way around here, but not at her house. And so she was like, why not you? But it makes sense now. Why not me? Why not it be me who give my life up for someone else? Why not me who give up my shoes? Why not me to give you my food? Especially when I know I have something else at home. So when we're faced with that challenge in life, that sacrifice, ask yourself, why not me? Please rise and join me